Looking to transform your family game nights? At Perfectly Picked Games, we specialize in family games that bring everyone closer. Our games aren't just fun. Kids and teens will learn how to take turns, develop basic strategy skills, and understand the thrill of winning and grace of losing. With our exclusive gift of games, you can give months of gaming excitement to your family. Choose a 3-month or 6-month gift, and we'll deliver hand-picked family games to your doorstep every month. And here's the best part. Right now, you can use the promo code GOLDENMOJO and receive 20% off your selected plan. Don't miss out on this exclusive offer. Use promo code GOLDENMOJO and save 20% today at Perfectly Picked Games.
Welcome to the United States of Paranormal Podcast. Sit down and buckle up for an enlightening ride through everything cryptid, creepy, and paranormal.
Hello, all of my paranormal freaks out there. It is Golden Jay, and I'm hanging out with
the Rocker Chick
and
J-Dub.
And this is the United States of Paranormal Podcast.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
She points to the banner.
That's scary scarecrow.
I know he is. I love him there because the angle of the actual picture, and it looks almost 3D-ish. It looks really cool there. I like it. So the Golden 80s ones that I have there doesn't look quite as good because it doesn't have that angle, and it's not as good of a logo either, but it's still pretty good, but it's still
They're
not
like,
bad.
oh, what are they talking about?
I know, right? You should go listen to the Golden 80s right now as they are in the middle of their Van Halen series.
I was talking more about the banner behind me.
Oh.
You can't see us.
That's true. Well, you know how they can see the banner?
How?
If they join the Patreon. Everybody's like, how? You tell us, Golden Jay. How can we see the banner? Simple. Join the Patreon. You can go join Patreon, 2nd tier, 3rd tier, and you can see all of these videos. But if you get to the 3rd tier, you get all the extra stuff too. But any tier that you join, I will send you an autograph poster of that banner signed by all 4 of us here at the United States Paranormal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys having fun? We just last week we had the EVP session with Heidi, which was awesome.
Yeah,
I think it was a lot of fun. We got a lot of great AVPs, and we're going back in April. On April 10th, we'll be back, and that is exciting. Also,
Yes, it is.
so get fired up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never know what we're going to come back with. It sounds like we're going to get to be able to watch some brand new toys being played with, too. So,
Yeah.
oh, man. Get you all fired up. All fired up. Anything else exciting going on?
Lots of crazy shit going on. All these Bigfoot sightings in Ohio and
Yeah.
all these meteors falling from the sky. Lake Michigan, I don't know. There's something about it cracking and
Horrible, supersonic storms and cloud formations and...
it's crazy. Craziness.
Well, speaking of crazy clouds,
Okay.
do you want to see the crazy cloud that I caught today? I took a picture of this just for J-Dub because I'm going to put the picture in right here. You can see it if you're on the Patreon. But here you go, Rocker Chick. This is the picture I took today.
Oh, wow.
And I looked at J-Dub when I showed it to her and I go, they're coming.
That's
Fuck
crazy.
But that wasn't the only one. To the left of that was this.
Wow. Yeah, I saw a bunch of those.
Yeah. There was another one later on my drive around that I couldn't find a place to pull over to get a picture of it, but it was relatively crazy too. So the cloud cover today was just insane. And it's so I'll put both those. You've seen both those pictures if you're on the Patreon. I put them up on the on the screen there so you can see them. But I thought they were really cool. You probably found them on our Facebook page too, because I'm gonna post them on there. But I need to do that. I was gonna do that earlier today, but I got sidetracked. Phone calls and people stopping by and stuff like that. So we'll get it. If you haven't seen it on our Facebook page, you can check it out on the Patreon.
Cool.
Also, don't forget to look for the timestamp. It's there. I don't know that I'm going to bring that up anymore. There's a timestamp. It's in the show notes. It's right at the top. You can
still do it.
Jump to the. I probably will. I'll jump to it. So you guys can jump to where the story starts as we, if you don't want to hear our banter, which, people don't seem to love very much, even though like 98% of all podcasts have some sort of banter at the front of it. But yet you guys like to go out there and just, give us the old 1-2 on our Apple pod. And you know what? I'm okay with it. If you don't like it, then don't listen to it. Look at the timestamp. It's fine. Also, I got an email from Larissa that I needed to share with J-Dub. I just want to say, I'm not going to read it because it's kind of personal, but she is having, she moved. She's still in the Kansas City area, but she might be having a couple things happening in the new house that she's concerned about. And but not a lot of things, but just some oddball things. But she did take that doll. Remember her doll from? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it went with them.
Did it?
And it's hanging in the garage.
Oh goodness.
But I owe her an email. Hopefully, I've answered her by the time this comes out. But if not, Larissa, I love you. Thank you so much for the email. It's very, very personable, and I love hearing from her. So
she's great.
She's pretty amazing. Of course. Rocker Chick did talk about the Bigfoot sightings in Ohio and then the meteor that everybody was talking about. And I pieced the two together. If you think about it, about where all the Bigfoot sightings are is where the meteor hit. Is that a coincidence? I don't think so. There's a couple pieces of video floating around that look pretty legit, but with AI the way it is now, it's really hard to tell. But man, a couple of them look really, really good as far as what could not. I don't think it's an AI piece of the one walking through the woods, which was amazing to watch. There was another one I seen of him just sitting there staring at people. And then he just kind of gets up and walks away. But like I said, with AI the way it is right now, man, people are going overboard with this.
Yeah.
It's just, it's crazy. It's crazy because now we just don't know.
Right.
Some of the things that you see, you can catch the glitches in the video themselves, whether it's a blur spot up in the corner that happens really quick or the way that it transitions. A lot of mermaid videos floating around right now that I've seen.
I haven't seen any of those.
No, do you want me? If I get them, I'll try to remember to send them to you so you can see them. But I hate to send you shit that might be AI. That's why I hesitate a lot of the times to send you.
Yeah, but I mean, I haven't seen any.
Right on.
So I would be interested in seeing them.
I am going to try to start doing a live stream once or twice a week. And I've talked to Kelly about sending me videos because she is, how do I put this? She is a, I don't know the TikTok, but Instagram, like an Instagram Reels whore. Mm-hmm. She spends a lot of time scanning videos and sending me stuff. So she's going to start sending me some videos that I am not going to watch. I'm just going to download them and have them on a computer so I can do a natural reaction live on like Twitch, because Golden Mojo Entertainment has got themselves a Twitch page, and we're gonna try to start doing some of that. Once to twice a week, just getting on there and hopefully meeting you guys, the listeners, to be able to get on there and and get a chance to just hang out with me. And then if the girls want to do one, obviously we'll get you set up to where you can do it, and you can come into the studio, J-Dub, and do one and just have fun. And yeah, we're working on that. We're working towards that. The first big test of the Twitch is going to be on draft night, the Thursday night of draft night, as me and Chico Noise are going to go live with the draft and stream live as we watch the draft and talk about the players that are being taken. At least the first round. We probably won't do much past that, but it should be a fun night. Chico's coming into the studio here so we can do it, because we have everything set up here to be able to do all that. So it should be a good time. We'll wait and see how it turns out. But hopefully, between Riverside and Twitch, I can make this work. But we'll road test it before then, just to make sure. But look for us on that Thursday night. It's going to be our first run at the live stream in a long time. The three of us have done live streams before. What was it, our 100th?
Yeah.
Does that sound right when we did a live?
Yes, yeah.
I should have done a live with Heidi. That would have been interesting. We should have just went live when Heidi was on with us last week. That would have been fun.
Well, we can do a live after our next investigation.
Oh, let's do that. That'd be fun. That'd be really good. See? Always working towards new stuff. So the next round, look for us live as we record it. We're going to record it, and you'll just get all the blips, bloopers, and everything else all live, streaming away.
And the faces.
You're going to get everything. Anything else exciting going on?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
Well, let's hear from Perfectly Picked Games.
Collectors, thrifters, and savvy shoppers, listen up. Perfectly Picked Games brings you the best board game and toy deals live every week. Join our Whatnot shows on Tuesdays and Fridays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for limited time auctions you won't find anywhere else. First timer? Use Golden Mojo to take 10% off your first purchase. Fast deals, fun finds, and big savings on Whatnot.
All right, guys, that was Perfectly Picked Games. Go check them out on the Whatnot app and at perfectlypickedgames.com. All right, so you guys ready to get into this?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
So listen, I ran across this, and I had to go back to Vamptober to make sure that we didn't cover this in Vamptober, and I didn't think I found it anywhere. But I had run across this, and then I deep dived and I watched. Have you ever watched the Y-Files? I love the Y-Files. It's the guy that has the talking goldfish, and man, he is.
I don't like the goldfish,
so good.
but I like him.
You don't like the goldfish?
It's dumb.
That's funny. He talks like this, and he just is amazing. He's got little lips that move.
Dumb.
But I've been watching a lot of his videos lately, and this is one that I had already had lined up in my head that I wanted to do, and then I found one with him that man, he went way deeper than I did even. But I tried to filter some of that stuff in there, and so let's begin, shall we? Mm-hmm. Because today we are going to talk about the legend of St. Germain. That is the vampire of New Orleans.
Okay.
You know what's funny is
It's
you were
on your
just
list?
you were just talking about these videos popping up on your TikTok and stuff about Bigfoot.
Uh-huh.
It's funny that you're talking about he's a vampire, right?
Yes.
I've been having videos pop up where people are saying these are vampires, and you're going to tell us a story about vampire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like just today, I had like 4.
Really? It's a vampire kind of things.
So, all right, sorry. Go.
There are names that echo through history like ghosts. Never fully proven, never truly gone. And one of those names is Jacques St Germain. Most know the legend, the elegant aristocrat who dazzled New Orleans society in the early 1900s before vanishing into a nightmare of blood and suspicion. But we're going to go back a little bit farther. Before the parties and before the rumors. Tonight, today, whenever, we're going to take... Let me rephrase that. So our story does not begin in New Orleans. We are actually going back into Europe in the late 1800s, a time when gas lamps flickered along the cobblestone streets and the lines between science and superstition were razor thin. Records are scarce. That in itself is the first warning. There is no confirmed birth certificate of Saint Germain. No family registry, no clear nationality, but scattered references appear in cities across France, Germany, and Austria. In Paris, an art dealer's ledger from 1884 lists a J. St. Germain purchasing a rare medieval manuscript, text dealing with not with religion, but with transmutation. Like turning base metals into gold. And something far more forbidden, the extension of life itself.
Ooh.
Witnesses from that time describe a man who was unsettling refined. Unsettlingly.
Unsettlingly.
Must be jeez.
Or milestone soup.
Yeah, milestone soup. If you know, you know. This gentleman was very refined, always dressed in dark, tailored suits, fluent in multiple languages, and possessing knowledge that seemed like it was just too old to be knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not going to get that from a book. On one account in Vienna, tells a private gathering where Saint Germain allegedly demonstrated an experiment. He placed a dull piece of lead into a small crucible, whispered something no one could quite hear, and when it was removed, it gleamed. Not gold exactly, but something had changed. Those present laughed and said, it's just an illusion. But one guest reportedly left the gathering early, pale and shaken, and was later quoted as saying, "That man does not study alchemy. He remembers it." By the late 1890s, Jacques began appearing in more unusual circles, secret societies, occult saloons, private clubs where wealthy elite gathered not just to socialize, but to explore the boundaries of forbidden knowledge. It's here that the rumors deepen. Some claim Jacques spoke casually about events decades and sometimes centuries before he supposedly was born. Others noticed something more disturbing. He never seemed to age. Over nearly 15 years, his appearance remained unchanged. Not older, not tired, not even humanly varied. And then there were the disappearances. In Prague, a young scholar who had been working closely with Jacques vanished without explanation. In Berlin, a servant girl employed at the residence he briefly occupied was reported missing. Her belongings left behind, her room was untouched. And authorities found nothing. No struggles, no body, and no answers. but whispers began to follow him, and they were dark. Some people spoke of his strange eating habits, or rather, his lack of eating habits. He was often seen hosting lavish dinners, yet rarely touched the food himself. Wine he drank freely. Food, almost never. And once again, just once, a witness claimed to see something that would haunt them forever. At the countryside estate in southern France, Jacques was staying as a guest of a wealthy patron. Late one night, a servant entered the study unannounced. What they saw was never officially recorded. But in a letter recovered years later, the servant described Jacques standing over a man, pale and unmoving, with what looked like blood staining his collar. Not spilled, not accidental, but taken. The servant fled the estate before dawn, and the next day, St. Germain was gone.
You would have thought he would have killed that servant right there.
If he was a vampire, ain't he supposed to have speed? He could have got her real quick. By the turn of the century, around 1900, Jacques disappeared completely from European records with no sightings, no transaction, and no trace. And for nearly a decade, nothing. Until a man matching his exact description appears in America, in New Orleans. Unchanged, untouched by time.
Oh, wow.
And ready to begin again.
I wonder where he was.
Don't know. So what was he before New Orleans? The alchemist chasing immortality, a nobleman, discovered something. The interesting things that I ran across that didn't make it into the article was, and I don't know how much truth this is to it, but rumor was that he was actually at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, and that
Did you say decoration?
Declaration. Sorry, my bad. The Declaration, the signing. It was the signing of the big paper. Come on,
the decoration.
But with all the squabbles and everything, I guess he stood up in front of them with his stern voice and said, "We need to get this done." And then he just disappeared. And I mean, there was more to it that he said, but just this oddity of him showing up in the past in all of these different places. There was some king that he was staying with, and I guess he had a giant diamond, and he persuaded the king to let him have it. But the diamond was flawed, like big time. It had cracks and scratches, and when he brought it back to him, it was pristine. No scratches, no. So that's where a lot of this turning lead to gold and refining diamonds and stuff like that.
Stuff.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So I do have a portion here about New Orleans. So let's get into that.
Yeah.
So now we're heading to New Orleans, the city where the veil between the living and the dead feels thinner than lace curtains hanging from a wrought iron balconies. And if you've ever been to New Orleans, you know what they're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
In the early 1900s, the French Quarter was alive with music, rum, scandal, and secrets. Gas lamps flickered against damp, dark walls, and jazz bled from open windows. Voodoo queens whispered blessings and curses alike. New Orleans has always welcomed the strange. I think that's why I feel comfortable there.
Yeah. Maybe Kelly needs to visit.
I don't want New Orleans to shut down.
No.
So when this mysterious aristocrat called himself Jacques St Germain arrived in the early 1900s, No one questioned it. He was charming, impeccable, and pale as moonlight. He claimed to be the descendant of the infamous Count of St Germain, a European nobleman rumored to be immortal, an alchemist, and a man who never aged. And that was the first red flag. St. Germain took up residence in a grand apartment on Royal Street, and he threw parties, extravagant parties. The city's elite were invited, judges and businessmen, societies, musicians. Guests described crystal chandeliers glowing over velvet drapes and classical music drifting from another room, silver platters overflowing with rich food. But there was something strange. No one ever saw St. Germain eat. He would raise his glass filled with his dark red liquid. He would toast and he would smile. Some claim that he called it his elixir. Just throwing that in there. But they never seen him swallow food. The guests began to whisper about his stories. He had claimed to met Cleopatra. He spoke casually about European courts from centuries past as if remembering a dinner from last week. And the strangest of all, not a single person could recall seeing him in the daylight.
That'd be a lot to remember.
I know. Can you imagine living centuries and trying to remember all that?
But did he ever share his drink? Like,
nobody ever said.
it's probably blood.
That's what I'm thinking. Well, and the thing is with his results, he supposedly made this elixir, which is supposed to be the immortality elixir.
Oh. So he had to continue drinking it to stay.
Exactly. But they say it is mixed with blood. It was mixed with blood. And I'm sure I'll probably say that again here in a minute.
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. Let's talk about the night that everything changed for him in New Orleans, though. One evening, sometime around 1918, a woman had leapt from his balcony. She hit the streets below, and she was screaming. Police rushed to the scene, because if you're ever in New Orleans on fucking Royal or Bourbon Street, cops are everywhere. They rushed to the scene, and she was alive, but barely. Her neck bore puncture wounds. She claimed St. Germain attacked her, drained her blood, and tried to kill her. Authorities went into his apartment immediately. What they found, of course, depends on which version of the story yet you believe. Some accounts say they discovered bottles filled with blood in the kitchen. Others claim there were blood-stained garments hidden away. But most legends say this. When officers entered the apartment, St. Germain was gone. The balcony doors were open, but there was no body below. No sign he had jumped. He had just vanished. Of course, the city erupted. Was he a murderer, a madman, a cultist, or something worse? Rumors spread that authorities searched ships leaving the Mississippi River, that they combed through the quarters, hidden courtyards, and cemeteries, and local occult practitioners were consulted. But Jacques St Germain was never found. No death certificate, no arrest, and no body. Just stories. Here is where the legend grows deeper. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. The original Count of St. Germain, a man named Jacques, claimed to descend from a famous 18th century European alchemy. He supposedly could turn base metals to gold, remove flaws from diamonds, and create an elixir of life. Some occult historians believe Jacques wasn't a descendant at all, that they believe that he was the same man. Immortal, moving from country to country, reinventing himself every century, which brings us to modern times. Yeah.
I was just going to ask that.
Yep. In the 1970s, a French Quarter bartender reported a pale, sharp-dressed man who never drank alcohol, only a dark red concoction from his personal vial. This is something very interesting that I ran across. That in 1972, a man claiming to be St. Germain went on TV and in front of the cameras turned lead to gold. There is actual video of that out there. Don't ask me what show because I don't know. But there is actual video of that out there. You can find it on some of... I can't remember where you can find it. I saw it. The Y-Files actually showed that clip. So
I'll have to go watch it.
Yeah. In the 1990s, a local antiques dealer claimed a European man tried to purchase old alchemy text, paying in a unique gold coin that tested nearly pure. And in the early 2000s, a tour guide swore a man matching St. Germain's description laughed when he told the vampire story. He said, "People so rarely recognize me," and then he disappeared into the crowd.
Wow.
Some modern occult circles whisper that St. Germain mastered a form of transmutation, not just turning metal into gold, but altering matter at a molecular level. That's a tough word. Sorry. There are even fringe claims that certain unexplained metal purities discovered in private collections actually trace back to an anonymous seller in Louisiana. But is that proof? No, it's not proof. But the legend, it refuses to die. New Orleans is no stranger to vampire lore. Hell, I've been in a vampire fucking speakeasy. It's not. It's everywhere down there. Mm-hmm. From the interviews with a vampire by Anne Rice to modern vampire subcultures, the city embraces the myth. But St. Germain predates much of the pop culture revival, which raises the question, did fiction grow the legend, or did the legend grow from fiction? No official records prove he was a vampire. Some historians argue the story first appeared decades later in retellings and local lore columns. But in New Orleans, truth and myth dance together like partners do in a waltz. Today, visitors walking down Royal Street can still find the building associated with St. Germain's story. Tour guides lower their voices as they point upwards toward the balcony. Some claim cold spots linger there. Some say electronic glitches. And a few even insist they've seen a pale figure watching from above. And that is the legend of the vampire of New Orleans, Jacques St Germain.
Nice. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought this story was super interesting. There's not a ton of paranormal as far as, ghosts and goblins type things, but
it's a vampire.
Yeah, exactly. But to think that this guy, that St. Germain is immortal and has met Cleopatra and was at the signing of the Declaration of Independence or the many other accounts that he talked about. You can go deeper into this. There's an old myth that goes back into Egypt of him being cursed to walk the earth forever also.
So that's where he would have met Cleopatra, right?
Yeah. there's a lot of stuff involved with St. Germain, and I found it so interesting, and I enjoyed watching the Y Files documentary and doing the research and reading through all of this, and I mean, would you wanna be immortal and see all that over the years?
Well,
Yeah, if you were a prime age.
I don't want to go immortal in this fucking body.
No.
I'll tell you that.
yeah, no. And only if Sean was immortal with me.
That's fair. Absolutely.
But then I'd want to make all my favorite people immortal too.
Right. Then you're like, there's like a whole slew of them.
You get immortality. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
You're like fucking Oprah handing that out.
Yeah, that's right. You.
I don't know. I think it'd be interesting, but I think I don't want to start now. I think I'd want to start when he might have started, and to see some of the things that he saw, the signing, the building of the pyramids, and anything that's along that lines that they say he was there for, that people recall seeing him there. And I think that would be a lot more interesting than going forward from here, because I think going forward from here, I don't know that there'd be a lot that I'd want to watch and see.
Yeah.
Does that sound weird?
Almost
You're
like,
over there laughing at me, rocker chick, like I'm insane.
it's almost like Twilight when they move around a lot, so they have all those graduation caps.
Right. I've already lived for 200 years. I've been graduated.
I think like 21 would be the great date to become immortal, because
Yeah.
you don't want to go to school.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't really have to work because you just kill people and steal their money.
Yeah. Change.
Hey, go to the bank
change
first.
everything to gold. I got money. It's good. That would be a good time right now to be an
Yeah.
alchemist and be able to change everything to gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen
For
to
sure.
You. I just want to change everything to gold.
I do. Everything I touch is one.
I love it. All right.
That was good.
Oh, yeah. I
Thank you.
enjoyed that very much.
I'm going to have to go watch the Y-Files now on that one.
I'm telling you, go watch the Y Files. I love that guy. He's got
I wanna
a great
see
voice.
I want to see the video of the guy that said, "Hi, I'm vampire guy."
Well,
St. Germain, is that what you said?
they just showed a quick clip of him doing the
Change.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
want to
changing
see
it.
what he looks like in case
Right.
I ever run into him.
I know, right? And how interesting that'd be. You're walking down the streets of Fort Wayne and like, dude, I know you.
Or you go to New Orleans and you're walking down, what is it? What is the main street?
Royal Street.
Royal Street?
Bourbon Street or Royal
Bourbon Street? I always want to say Broadway, but that's Nashville.
Right.
Bourbon Street.
I am interested if we actually walk by his place on Royal Street. I don't know exactly where it is because nothing that I seen actually gave an address. They just said it was an apartment on Royal Street. And I know people know where it's at. I mean, they're giving tours and, they say, this is where St. Germain allegedly threw that girl off the balcony or whatever. But
And every place pretty much in New Orleans has a balcony.
Oh, my God, so many balconies. Not a really good place to be drunk on a balcony.
No.
It looked a lot taller than it really is, but it looked tall when you're drunk. In a vampire speakeasy. I'm just saying. Just saying. It was fun. It was a good time, though. That's shit that you don't normally see. Normally, in New Orleans, you walk right into a bar. But if you have to walk into a bar, walk through the jazz band, and go through a door, and you end up in an alleyway, and there's a girl that wants the secret password and then gets up and unlocks the fucking door. Yeah, That shit is fucking cool.
Where do you get the password?
From another store.
Oh.
You had to know where to get the password from in order to give it to her. Password.
Oh.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. It is. It was fun. It was fun.
Pretty
And
good marketing.
That's yeah, right. You get to hit 2 stores.
Just like Beverly Hills.
The Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah. No.
Marketing, man. Marketing. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Thank you for checking out the United States Paranormal. And go check out our website and our Patreon. And, email us, UnitedStatesParanormal@gmail.com. You can always send me videos to UnitedStatesParanormal@gmail.com. If you want to see me live stream them and get my reaction. Maybe. And then I'll show them to the girls and get their reaction for Patreon. Yeah.
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 All right. Until next week, keep it spooky, and I'll see you on the other side.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the United States of Paranormal podcast. Check us out at theunitedstatesofparanormal.com, where you can find our Spotlight of the Month, Fan of the Month, and all of our amazing merchandise. Or you can find us on social media at Facebook at the United States of Paranormal, Instagram at the United States of Paranormal, and YouTube at the United States of Paranormal 1795. And don't forget, we are now on Patreon. Just go to patreon.com/TUSOP.
Please check out the other podcasts in the Golden Mojo Entertainment Network of podcasts. Golden 80s, Indiana Chiefs Fans, Gridiron Kings, Murd Nerds, The Nostalgia Tug, Real Terror, and the Puck Yeah podcast. But you can still find Golden Image Podcast, A Court of Books and Booze, and The Call Guys, wherever you stream your favorite podcasts.
And if you have a location or a story that you would like for us to check into, please email us at the United States of Paranormal @gmail.com. Please like, rate, and subscribe wherever you listen. Thank you for all of your support. Bye.